God, God damn. In my opinion, that's a little harsh because I'm just against the death penalty in general, but at least they're doing something. Anyway, this school on Tuesday, the 18th, I believe. Yeah, of April 2023. Before I actually get into the school segment, yesterday or Sunday, I finally finished, or at least the first volume of Why the Last Man, the comic. It's good. I like it. I don't understand why it's considered one of the best comics of all time. At least I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it's on someone's like top 100, possibly comic book treasuries. I don't know, or Herald, whichever one that I normally use. I don't understand why, but it is still good, and that's all I have to say about it. Um, so moving image was just get everything sorted and give it the mess on her, like her USB, which was more complicated than I thought. For what it was mostly my illustrated essay was the problem because I, I like a fucking idiot. I did not know that you could download it as a PDF because when you hit download, it just downloads as a Word document. But you can, if you actually go into the fucking document itself and hit download, or I think there's another name for it, it's like make a copy or something. It will give you the choice. And like the IT technician just went to Dan, boom, that was it, done. Because what I was trying to do was download it, then send that file onto a PDF converter website. But the problem with that was that when it downloads as a Word document, I don't know why I said Word weirdly, but anyway, when I download it, the first image disappears. But it's fine. So I got it on, and I just read for the rest of the 4 periods. I didn't finish a book, but later on in the day I did finish Paycheck by Philip K. Dick. I read the entire book today. It was only 42 pages. It is good, but it is quite different from the film, which was surprising because other short stories that Philip K. Dick has done, like Minority Report, the film is quite close. But this one was, at least from my memory of the film, not at all the same. They still are both great, the film and the book, though. Um, yeah, so now we're in like the final. I thought it was 2 weeks. Turns out it's 3 weeks. Um, so I just want to. I still have yet to finish Pleasure the Burn. I have, I think, 5 stories left in that, which is like less than 200 pages. That's what, I'll take a break from them and I'll do the Philip K. Dick short stories that I have because they will be much quicker. And I would like to donate them to the library when I'm done with them because they're all based, and I would just like to. I like the library of base books, and also since Pleasure to the Burn is a spin off of Fahrenheit 451, and they have Fahrenheit 451, I would like them. I would like the library to have all of that series, all of that universe. Like, I thought they were missing City of Bones, so that's why I bought City of Bones, but it turns out that they did have City of Bones. Anyway, I already knew that Dylan got a haircut, but seeing it today, my God. Um, there is someone else in our school who I've never mentioned before, except for maybe during formal. Yeah, that they mentioned this guy during formal. He's the guy that protected me in air quotes from Jack, and also let me have a sip of his strongbow. He got a haircut because he used to have long curly hair. And Dylan's haircut kind of reminds me of that guy's haircut. In study, it looked like people were lining up backwards. Like they were all facing the opposite direction. Because there are two doors in the study, and one, which we'll just call the south entrance, is locked 24/7, except for when there are visitors. But it turns out that we now have to always go through that because they've switched the desks around. Because it used to be that the desks would point north, and the teacher's desk would point south. Now our desks are pointing west, and her desk is pointing east. This is so that if you're doing, basically just if you're on your iPad in general, I'll say at this point, and the teacher catches you, like if the teacher's passing by, they can look in through the window and go, Dylan's on his iPad, he's doing his work. Oh, how dare you! I need to lock your iPad now. You know. Although, in mentoring, I explained this to the teacher, and she said, you know what? You can come here whenever you want, and just use here as study, as long as there's a teacher here. I'm going to take that offer. So, the way that I will say this is that I am permanently moving into learning support. I am no longer going to be in study. If I have a choice, I will always be in learning support. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last driving test, but I was planning that if I passed, I was going to drive to Jack's house last Tuesday and give him the volumes of Chainsaw Man that I had that were his, because I couldn't give them back to him because he wasn't in the last day at least. It turns out he was, I just didn't see him at all, and I asked everyone, and everyone said he wasn't in. Well, that reminds me, there's a bit of confusion about something I asked on the WhatsApp group in the taxi. Is Jack in? Someone said yes. And then I asked at lunch, is the study teacher in? But I used her first name, and her first name is similar to Jack. Like, you already asked this in the WhatsApp group. No, I asked if Jack was in. Like this. Anyway. So I gave him back his volumes, and then he gave me volume 5. I've read that already. So if he's in tomorrow, I'm going to give that back to him, and he can give me volume 6. The only thing about volume 6 is that apparently the cover is quite sexual. So what I plan on doing is that I'm going to get a piece of paper and cover it. Yeah. The order of this is really fucked up. Forgive me, I haven't done this in 2 weeks. And I know that I've had 2 breaks before and I've come back without losing my ability to do this, but I don't know, I just get stupider as I go on. So back to mentoring. I talked a bit about watching The Leftovers, what happened on the last driving test, Scream. She was talking about how her year 11s and 12s suck, Mayor Kingston, Succession, because turns out she watches Succession, stuff like that. That was good. Although the conversation did seem a bit awkward from my perspective. Like, it was like a sort of conversation you would see in the office where you're supposed to laugh at how cringe it is. Yeah, that's about it. Uh, might have said this in whatever the last video was, but the next comic review will take a long fucking time, possibly longer than Seven Soldiers, because Seven Soldiers, that was 14 issues of leading comics, and then 28 issues of the actual event itself, and then also the free JLA comics. This one is 2 series. One of them is, I'm not going to say the amount of issues in it, because if I tell you the amount of issues in it, and you know comics, you will know what it is. And then there's also a mini series with 4 issues that needs to be read in between. There is possibly also some aftermath stuff. I don't know. I need to research that.